The appearance of the alternative to oil, finally and after a century. An invention America discovered and described, and 9 Arab countries monopolized the amounts of its recipe, including Morocco, Egypt, Saudi, and Algerian scientists. Say goodbye to the charger and hello to energy that does not run out. Eternal electricity and unlimited energy. A substance that was chased by scientists for a century. The world classified its discovery as a scientific breakthrough. History will record it as a revolution in energy field. 200 million megawatts will be saved, after we have been and still lose it daily. Remember this term well in your mind, the red substance, or as they called it, the miracle substance. A new race and track for the Arab mineral resources. Within 5 years from now, we will have phones, computers, and more. You need to run it by only a little electricity, but it lasts long. The batteries will have a longer life. And the secret lies in superior fusion of its components. By the thanks to a recent scientific breakthrough, a red substance born as a miracle. So goodbye to running out of energy and welcome eternal batteries. And power networks more efficient. So let us explain it to you simply. The unique feature in this material is that it works at low temperatures and pressures, which is that allows the transmission of electricity without resistance. And the materials that can do this process is known as superconductors, and it was impractical or usable because it needed extreme cooling. Extreme that scientists need to cool it to 320-0. And also subjected to extreme pressure. So ultimately it is finally ready to work. And the new red substance has advantages opposite to these. Its work at low pressure and temperature does not allow energy loss as it moves along the wires. This will allow the existence of electrical networks that transmit energy smoothly. The result is savings of 200 million megawatts. That we are losing it through resistance today. This discovery that scientists pursue for more than a century. It opened the door for them to implement a long process that long awaited for. It is nuclear fusion. This process that creates unlimited energy. Imagine our world with an inexhaustible energy. According to scientists, this discovery will be a revolution in the field of medical equipment. Especially medical imaging and high-speed trains. Looks like we've been coexistence with a world we have seen in science fiction movies is produced. And the nuclear fusion is a man-made process and one of the most important reactions that produce of energy and electricity. Through the merging of 2 atoms, a large amount of heat. It is not even allowed to be stored for as long as possible. This ensures the operation of electricity networks and entire energy systems around the world. Intensity of this energy exceed than what energy of nuclear reactor that operate currently in use now. Which results in huge amounts of toxic waste. Unlike the energy produced by nuclear fusion. That scientists have aspired to reach for years. It is a nuclear-made process human. Through it, it is possible to ensure the generation of huge amounts of energy, heat and electricity. Most importantly, it is unlimited and carbon-free. And scientists need, when using nuclear fusion, 2 substances that more similar to hydrogen reactors. They are deuterium and tritium. And the amount of a cup of these 2 both materials together, it can power a home for a year. Including that we are talking about nuclear fusion. Let us show you the difference between it and the nuclear fission currently in force, which operates nuclear matter in our world today. And the accidents that occurred in the nuclear industry's facilities. Although it was few, it was disastrous. Who among us has not heard an accident like Hiroshima or Chernobyl? While nuclear fusion does not carry these risks. Therefore it was thought about it by scientists to practically implement it on our planet. If you follow up on well the video is sure you have noticed the frequent mention of hydrogen, nitrogen minerals and lithium. Which are the material of which scientists experts in making the red matter. Instead of sulfur and carbon. And by their interaction together produced red matter. Which took its name from the change of its color from blue to red after being pressed. But have you ever wondered the most important sources of these rare metals, which are clearly will create war between countries? As one of the basics of the evolution of power sources. Extensive searches and excavations began for it. It have been located on a global map interest. As a simple example of this, one device with 7 elements of these critical metals, it wouldn't be complete without it. Africa has the largest reserves of 17 minerals form the total of the 50 strategic minerals on the planet. This is not just that. Africa alone provides 70% of the needs of the technology makers giants in the world. 9 Arab countries produce the green hydrogen. 3 from Western Arab, namely, Morocco, Algeria, and Mauritania. The rest is from the Middle East. Egypt and the Emirates are of Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Oman and Qatar. Egypt alone plans to produce 480,000 tons of hydrogen by 2030, which will put it in ranks first in the world. After Australia and along Mauritania. 500 hydrogen projects around the world. 40 countries have declared its interest in his production plans. It is expected that the production of this substance to be 700 million tons by the year 2050. Plans and projects that will make future batteries capable of to keep charging smart devices for thousands of years. A piece of different shapes and sizes that occupied the mind of technological industries and scientific developments. For what it plays the importance role in managing our daily lives now. Battery or energy storage unit, the world is going to provide thousands of quantities of them. To save energy surplus electricity from renewable energy sources and to restore use of it on a day when the wind is not blowing. Or the sun shines in it, we will have something to compensate for the lack of energy. The new fuel. This is how it called batteries. According to some experts, the countries of the Arab world should invest in this vital field, especially the GCC countries, for the main reason, which is not to lose its political and economic status that already got it from petroleum. At a time when the features of the world began to change. Over 2 decades. Demands will decrease for petroleum due to environmental and political reasons. In contrast, the turnout for the new formula is doubled diversification of energy. Dear friends, do not forget to subscribe, like the video and share it. Thanks. Regards, Wonder Narrative.